So summary 7 is what is FMCSA? It's Drug and Alcohol Clearinghouse, and does it improve carrier safety performance? I did a lot of research on this just because I kind of wanted to know more of like what it was. So FMCSA is a secure online database that tracks information about commercial driver's license, CDLs, and the holders who violate FMCSA's drug and alcohol testing program. So basically, they just kind of keep track of everything, like basically just make sure that the drivers are safe. The clearinghouse is designed to enhance road safety by ensuring that commercial drivers with drug and alcohol violations are identified and it prevents them from operating commercial motor vehicles that they have until they have completed the steps of the return to policy. So basically, they just kind of like make sure that no one's violating anything. They make sure that they are basically just in it for what they need to be in it for, and they just kind of help make sure that everyone's following the correct rules. Some of the key points that I did find about FMCSA is that they have a violation tracking record, positive drug and alcohol tests, and test refusals and other violations. So truck drivers can refuse test, but it goes against them. So say they refuse to take a drug test, that's going to automatically go against them just because, like if you're refusing a drug test, then something's obviously wrong. Like you don't want to take a drug test for some reason, so they just try to figure out why the person doesn't want to take a drug test, basically. Pre-employment screening. So employees are required to check with the clearinghouse to make sure that they don't have any unresolved violations. So say they had like a different job, whatever, they have to make sure that they check in with the people who they're working for now and make sure that like something isn't on their record that they didn't think was on their record, stuff like that. They have ongoing monitoring, which means it's just like an annual test to make sure drivers stay compliant. So basically, like they have mandatory tests every certain, I guess probably like at least once a year, especially for those drivers who have tested positive. They have mandatory tests for them for sure to make sure that they don't go back into the loop of testing positive for drugs. They also have driver's notifications, which that means it notifies the drivers whenever info is put into the clearinghouse. That way, like, if their information is something's put into the clearinghouse, that way they know for sure about it and, like, what it is. So that way we don't have to worry about, like, the driver can't say that he didn't know about it because he did know about it and stuff like that. Does it improve carrier safety? I think that it does improve carrier safety, and I think this because it prevents high-risk drivers from operating, first and foremost. If a driver is high risk for testing positive for drugs or alcohol, they should not be driving a semi-truck, or they should not have their CDL at all. Like that's just not, that's dangerous. It's also helps with sharing critical safety information to bosses and employees. So basically, they are able to tell whoever they're working for about this person and other employees. That way, like, they don't get stuck with the wrong people or something bad could possibly happen. It reduces the amount of repeat offenders because, I mean, if you think about it, no one wants to be a repeat offender. At least no one that I've ever talked to about who were truck drivers. No one wants to test positive more than once. By keeping track of all of their records and also encouraging compliance, this also means that they want them to monitor the reports and driver's violations. So keeping someone accountable for the things that they do is going to really help them, because if someone's constantly bugging them about not testing positive, not doing this, not doing that, they're going to really try their honest best to prevent that from happening, just because, I mean, that's a bad look on somebody. So I personally think that this does improve carrier safety, honestly. Like, you really just have to think about everybody around the CDL driver, and I think that this is a great way to help prevent things bad happening.